There is no place like the Boundary Waters on the face of the planet.
The Friends of the Boundary Waters Wilderness started in 1976, and they were really at the center of a movement to designate the Boundary Waters as wilderness.
I honestly think if it weren't for the Friends of the Boundary Waters, we probably wouldn't have the Boundary Waters right now. There have been threats in the last 30 years that were very credible.
But now there's actual proposals to mine in the ecosystem. Mining, specifically sulfide mining or copper-nickel mining, we've identified as the biggest threat of our generation to the wilderness.
There is a part of my identity, like foundational identity to who I am, that is wrapped up in the Boundary Waters. And it is no exaggeration to say if that is destroyed, I will lose a part of who I am.
Many people have to take a journey to understand the issue and maybe come to a decision whether for or against.
Some of the folks who live further up north see it as a very black or white issue. They see it as jobs or environment, or jobs versus environment.
So they've really worked with the people of northeastern Minnesota and tried to be respectful and base things on the facts.
We didn't want to just raise an alarm for an alarm's sake. We wanted to do it in a way where people could understand a very complicated issue. We felt our responsibility was to bring the legal complexities, the scientific complexities, and the details of the proposal and the sensitivities of the natural region to the public and to our leaders and our decision makers, so they were really dealing with accurate information. Mining's been a big part of our state, but it's only been iron mining. And copper-nickel mining is an entirely different animal. It's highly pollutive. It's the most pollutive industry in the world. And what it pollutes is water.
To me, to put something that's that risky environmentally right at the top of two pristine watersheds is a really bad idea.
The stakes in some way are unimaginable to us because there's no way to really put a value on the uniqueness that is the Boundary Waters.
You don't lose special places in big chunks. You lose them in little nibbles. So if our job is to speak for the wilderness, which it is, we're going to need to do that loudly and to more people. What the Mining Truth Coalition was able to accomplish was to increase awareness of sulfide mining throughout the state from less than 5% to well over 70%. And with that came a real strong opposition to doing this destructive activity in these really valuable natural areas.
I had a customer a few years ago who was 60 years old, grew up in urban Memphis, had never camped in his life, and he went on a canoe trip for 6 days, rained the whole time, cold, and he came in and I was kind of like, how was it, kind of thinking, and he looked at me and just with all sincerity said, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
I'm really thankful the Friends are here. I look forward to continuing to support them in all the ways that I can and to continuing to try to make the Boundary Waters a place for generations to come.